I have a favorite one, and I mean, it's changing from time to time, but currently my favorite is any kind of remix with Kaigo. It gives a good beat for skipping, so I like to start the workout with those beats, and then if I find a good song, then I like to create a little routine for that. Speed, anything with speed is gonna work out for me. Okay, so if we are ready, then let's get started. Okay? Yes? So what we need first, if you have, I was prepared with some things that you guys might not have at home. For us, when you learn double unders, we usually use the handles just like this, just to learn, to teach the movement. But now many people might not have the handles, so instead of the handles, if you guys have around the kitchen, then you can take 2 spoons and then just grab it, and that's the very first thing to practice that beat, that kind of rhythm with the doubles, to do 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Instead of really spinning, it's rather like a bouncing movement with the hands. Okay, so if you are very new to it, don't forget about your spoons, or if you have beaded ropes or cable ropes that you can easily remove the handle, then it's a good choice as well. So you can do it with a real handle actually, and just try to feel that double spin. Okay, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Also for the counting, it's very important to make it automatic, that you actually learn the proper rhythm. So either way, as a start, we're gonna use a cable rope, okay, just to be able to do the exercises, and then you're gonna continue with a bit of beaded rope, and then we come to the speed rope eventually. Okay, just to warm up a little bit, with or without the rope, depending on your space. And just we have to move a little bit back, but for the moment you don't see my head. So what will be important is to warm up a little bit the legs, learn the timing for the jumps, and do the proper arm work. So for all these, we're gonna do isolated exercises. Then we put everything together, and then we continue with working on consecutive double unders, or improving one single double under for the people who are new to it. Okay, so just to do a little bit of warm, just to get into the spinning, just turn the rope side to side and just start jogging a bit. Okay, it's not going to be a very big warm up because we want to focus more on technique, but this one, whatever rope you might have, is good to start working a little bit on the wrist movement. Okay, and then I really prefer that you guys are working in the beginning with a low impact movement, working with the arm side to side, so you avoid making any mistakes and you minimize really the height of the jump. Time the turning well, keep the rope clean, and then eventually you are increasing a little bit the strength of turning as well. Okay, so we make sure you turn side to side, keep it clean, warming up those legs. Okay, okay, a little bit of running step. Keep it up, so you make sure that you turn the rope for every single step. Okay, we go with the fast movement because we want you to be warm very fast, so you can talk more about technique. Okay, still you can keep the jump slow impact. Make sure you are working with the wrist as much as possible, because that has a key role when learning the double unders. Okay, so we try to work as much as possible with the wrist for the moment to be ready for the turning. Okay, okay, a little bit higher impact, still lifting those knees up, kicking up, heels up, working with the wrist. Excellent. For the moment, no jumping over the rope, everything happens on the side. Okay, very first step that you want to get a good control of your rope, good timing for the turning separately, and then for the jumping. If you have a speed rope which has a bearing, then you might have difficulty doing this because the rope tangles. For the moment, don't worry, it can tangle. Just work with the arms without jumping over the rope, So you warm up the shoulders, the wrist, get a good control, and you start raising your heart rate. Okay? Okay. You can go a little bit slower on the legs, less impact, and then you start going a little bit faster with the wrist. Okay? In the beginning, it's probably scary for most of the people, but we really want to try what is the maximum speed that you're comfortable with. Okay? Still turning to the side. And we keep going a little bit faster. Okay, just with the arms and your legs follow. Working, 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 working. Excellent. Keep it up. You want to learn very good the wrist work, okay? You keep your rope clean when you turn to the side. As I said, if you have a speed rope, don't worry if it tangles. It's okay. After, we're gonna just step on it and make it tight. All right, a little bit slowing down. Checking out the legs. Okay, very good. Then you can place the rope in one hand, okay, and just working with the hands. Just working with the hand, you start turning a little bit faster. Here, you really have to draw those circles, okay? You really want to spin the rope and start really drawing nice circles with it, keeping it in the same position on the side as if you were cleaning window with the other hand and it keeps going in front of it, okay? It cannot go sideways. You really want to keep your rope straight as much as possible, okay? All right, then you try with the other hand, same thing. You try not to have your rope slanted, okay? One hand is gonna be weaker. It's gonna be more, like gonna be harder to direct it, more difficult. Make sure you keep spinning, okay? And then you don't wanna cross the line in front of your body for the moment. And later either, you can check with the other hand. Make sure the rope is not going over the line, the middle line. Because now, as you hear, I sometimes hit my foot. This is not something that we don't want, okay? You really want to spin the rope clean on the side. That's a nice one for my sister, if you look at that one. Okay?
This side
All
is
right.
easier for me. For
Yeah?
some reason.
That's funny. For me, the right hand is way far better. Are we good? Everybody is following? Okay. So once this is done, then you're gonna try to add regular single jumps, okay? Single jump, slowly. You're making sure when the rope is touching the floor, you jump a little higher, okay? Hop, 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 hop. Okay, when the rope touches the floor, you jump a little higher. Higher. Okay, now we're gonna come into the impact a bit, okay? Couple of times on the right hand, then you're gonna pass the rope to the left hand or the weaker hand. Make sure you always do the work on both sides equally. It's gonna be hard to achieve, but eventually that's the goal. Okay? Very good. Higher when the rope touches the floor. Excellent. 4 more. 3, 2, switch back to the other hand. Okay, we're gonna speed up a little bit. We go faster. And 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Still the same thing as for the double under. You make sure that your rope is not going sideways. It really keeps a nice line. Then time it well. Important to time it really well, the jumps and the turns. Already now for the singles. For the moment, both group or for all the groups, whatever your level is in the double under, you can follow as a warm-up, working with the wrist, with the legs, keeping an upright, nice body position, and then you go for the other hand. Let's go. Up. Make sure the rope is not hitting your foot. Trying to work as much as possible with the wrist. People who are turning on the side, pay attention. Your rope is going to be really long eventually, because every time you reach your arm to the side, you need a longer rope to fit in. Okay, so you want to keep your hands, your arms relatively close to your body. Okay? You're slightly bending your elbow, relaxing your shoulders, and keep turning. For the moment, single. Okay. Slowly placing back the rope to the other hand. What comes next? We're not doing any jumps, shaking off the legs, keeping the regular turns. You can choose your own rhythm. You go a couple of regular turns. You can move a little bit this way, okay? Couple of regular turns, one higher jump, okay? For the moment, you don't need to do anything with the arm on the side. You just jump a little bit higher. Ready, set, go, jump. Ready, set, go. Hop, high impact. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Hop. Ready, set, hop. Ready, set, hop. Ready, set, hop. Ready, set, hop. Okay, switching to the other hand. We keep going, okay? You increase the height of the jump, one by one. We're gonna stop and then continue. Ready, set, go, hop. 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 Keep it up, hop. And jump, higher, hop. Set, hop. Last one, set, hop. Okay, so now we learn the type of jump, okay, that you have to jump a little bit higher. Once this is done, then you want to combine your jump with the turn, okay? So what happens next? You start turning your rope, okay? A little bit side. And then as soon as you jump, the rhythm is going to be 1, 2, okay? We're not jumping now. We just practice the turning. Ready, set, go, 1, 2. 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 Okay, other hand. Try it a little bit. The weaker side, same thing. You make sure that the double turn is as fast as you can do. So the aim is to reduce the height of the jump, so you can go with the regular high jump and the very fast turning. So you make sure that you have your double unders economic. Okay, ready, set, go, 2 turn. Ready, set, go, 2 turn. Ready, set, go, 2 turns. Up, set, go, pump, pump. Ready, set, go, 2 times. Ready, set, go, 1, 2. Ready, set, go, 1, 2. Ready, set, go, 1, 2. One more time. Ready, set, go, 1, 2. Okay, so eventually what you have to do is pretty similar to this. The break, the little pose after the double under is going to be a lot shorter if you are aiming for consecutive double unders, because then that's going to be the time when you land and prepare for the next jump. Okay, so there you need to give yourself a little pose. So what we're going to do next, we connect the turning with the jumping. Okay, so you're holding your handles on the side, you start jumping. Okay, you can keep the fast pace, and after every third, fourth jump, you're going to perform a double. Ready, set, go, 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 double. 1, 2, 3, double. 1, 2, 3, double. 1, 2, 3, double. And go. One more time. Okay, switching to the other hand. So you feel it if the rope passed already 2 times before you landed. Okay, important to check that. So placing the handles on the other hand, you start skipping. Let's go. And again, ready, set, go, double. Ready, set, go, double. Ready, set, go, double. Ready, set, go, hop. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. 2, 3, go. Make sure your rope is not coming in front of you. It stays on the side. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. One more time. Okay, cool. So once we have done everything, then it's very important. We talked about the arc position, what I'm going to mention again. So very important that your arms, as you are doing doubles, they're not going sideways, okay? You really want to keep your arms close to your body, okay? as much as possible, that you have to keep, you don't have to be tight, okay? It's not the goal to have a tension. The goal is to feel relaxed, give that freedom to the hands, the arms, the wrist, to be able to move freely, okay? That's very important. So let's go and give a try to some of those double unders. Now it starts to be warm outside here. So it's the same rhythm, okay? You're gonna do 1, 2, 3, double. 1, 2, 3, double, okay? If you need to go slowly, it's okay. You can follow your own rhythm. We are just guiding it here to make sure that we follow a proper counting. If hola Barcelona, if you are not with us exactly in the same rhythm, no problem. Okay, important that you keep trying to do the double unders after a couple of jumps. Okay, so let's get going. 1, 2, 3, double. 1, 2, 3, double. What I usually say is when you try it for the first time, you really have to put all the power in your arms to pull that rope through, okay? You might have to jump a lot higher than what you see from us now, because in the beginning, when you try, the rope is gonna go slower than this, most probably. So you really want to delay the landing so the rope can pass under you, okay? You can pull your knees up and then you can land in a squat. Let your arms do a good work and then the rope can pass twice before you land, okay? So let's keep trying this part. For the moment, I don't mind the landing. Make sure the rope passes twice. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, double. 1, 2, 3, double. 1, 2, 3, double. 1, 2, 3, pull down. 1, 2, 3, pull. 1, 2, 3, pull. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, up. 2 more times. And the last one. Okay, so if somebody is stuck at this point and they cannot, and you cannot pass the rope under yourself twice, go back 1 step, you start turning the rope on the side, both hands, and then you really want to practice together with the jumps, okay? If you feel that the rope is not going properly from the beginning, you go back to your spare handles, and then you just try to do the bouncing movement with the wrist, okay? So you're not actually doing the big spin, but you do an up, down, okay? More like that. If your arms are going really far away, I'm going to demonstrate it, Kata. If your arms are going really far away, and I have a big, we'll just get you in here, okay? If your arms going really far away, then you're going to put a mini bend above your elbow, okay, to make sure your arms stay in the same position. And then it's okay for me if you're a little bit still sideways, but don't move out the upper arm, okay? So the mini bend will help you to keep your arms in a proper position, okay? And then, yes, you can show it from the side. Okay, so then the mini bend is a good help to make sure that your arms are staying in a good position, okay? Another thing, maybe one more time from the side, this is regardless of the mini bend, but the mini bend helps also that when she's doing the double unders, even for the regular jumps, you can go, look at her arm, where is it positioned? Arms is slightly positioning in front of her body, okay? Important, even you can face a little bit more that way, so we can really see you from the side. Yes, you can see the rope is touching the floor every time, okay? Yes, let me answer that question. Okay, so now you could see her arms a little bit in front of her body, and then we can show it that way also. So the handles are slightly pointing down, diagonal downwards, okay? Already for the single jumps and then for the double under jumps also, okay? It's the same thing. You just have to find the proper rhythm. And now I'm going to escape from the rhythm, okay? All right, you can do it by yourself, but it helps when you have somebody next to you. All right, so question number 1. Is it normal if my legs aren't straight but move forward a little bit? In the beginning, yes. And also when you are aiming for high speed, it can happen that you're not landing exactly on the same place. But there are people also, now this one is an interesting point, when they start to do double under, they go to the front to be able to pass the rope. So the double under looks like this, okay? like that. This is okay for me in the beginning. Is okay. However, it's not that we aim for the long term. Okay. Once you understand, you pass the rope. This is the number one thing, that you pass your rope twice under you before you land. Then it's great. That's number one. After the number one, the first step, what you have to learn is to really speed up the work of the arms. Okay. So for that, I really recommend to, if the landing is not proper, okay. Yes, 3 single jump. It was a little bit delayed, but yes, that's the question. Okay, 3 single jumps, 1 double in the beginning, or whatever jump you need. Okay, so what I said now, that whenever you feel that your technique is not proper, but you already can perform the double unders, then go back again to the previous steps and start practicing the turning. Okay, hop. So you want to go back again, and then you start practicing the turning with the proper landing. Okay, that's going to be helping you for the long term to have the proper landing eventually. How we manage legs during other size double. What the other size double is? Do you know? So sure. I am not sure we understand the question, Alice. Maybe double check it, and then if there is any explanation for it, let us know. We try to answer. Okay, do you deliver the diploma or certificate to become jump rope coach? Yes, we do. If you check our website, then you can find the instructor course online already. So it will be it is already available, and then you can follow your own pace. Eventually, we'll give you a certificate to have a qualification for teaching jump rope. Opposite direction of the rope. You meaning going backwards, double unders? I'm not sure what you mean.
Yes, I think that's
to go backwards.
Yeah, opposite direction of the rope.
Okay, we can talk about that, but first we're gonna finish this forwards thing. So now we can correct. Okay, double unders backwards. We're gonna come to that one as well. Okay, just a little bit of forward still, and then we're gonna change the direction backwards. So. Then once we worked on the arm positions, we worked on the landing. Important for the feet, maybe Kata can demonstrate it, and I'm going to change the angle. So with the feet, many people are complaining for shin splints. Most of the time, number one thing is to check shoes. Good to have a little bit more cushion in the front, a little slightly higher heel in the back, so it takes away the pressure. What we're gonna observe next is how you jump. Okay, for the regular jumps already, you really want to jump on the toes, and when you do doubles, you're trying not to flex those toes up. Okay, because many times I see people also to delay the landing, they trying to pull the toes up. You can show me the wrong one. Pulling the toes up. With this, you also overwork the hip flexors, and then you start to develop the pain in your shin. Okay, so you really want to avoid this part. Okay, so again, for the landing, one more time, what else we need to talk about? If you look at, she's approximately landing on the same spot, more or less. Okay, the shoulders are not going higher up, so she doesn't need to jump higher. And with landing on the same place, working with the toes, working with the calves properly, she's performing double unders in a very economic way. Okay, so arms, one more little things that we're gonna arms and shoulders that I wanted to showcase a little bit. You can face this way. So when we say that your arms are staying close to your body, this is important. What I already said, that you don't need to be very tense to keep your arms close. Important to give the freedom for your elbows to move, okay? So your elbows helping your wrist as well to be relaxed, to keep your shoulders relaxed, okay? Yes. And whenever she starts to turn double, the elbows move a little bit sideways. We can look also from the side. They come a little bit more to the side, okay? And straight to give that power to the wrist also, to be faster. Okay, so question is another one which we have not discussed in the beginning is the optimal size for single jump and the double landers is the same size for both or not? Very good question. The sizes, when we talk about competitive double unders, competitive people tend to use very short ropes. This is what we use now is a freestyle rope. So we usually use it for freestyle routines for tricks, but we also prefer to use this one for our fitness classes because we have the chance of moving freely and doing tricks, multiple unders, and combinations under the leg releases and so on. For a competitive jump roper, talking about double unders and speed is a different story. Okay, you use a rope which is a lot faster and it only allows you to do pretty much the same movement with your arms, not a lot of side swing things. Okay, so when we talk about crossfitters or competitive jump ropers, they are using a rope which is a lot shorter in the handle, okay, because you don't need a big surface to grab onto it. You really want to shorten the size of the handle, so you don't have to do that extra work at the edge of the handle to have the rope spinning. Okay, so you're really using a rope which is a wire rope. Competitive jump ropers don't even have an extra coat, a plastic coat over it. It's just a regular wire, and the handle has a bearing. Okay, so you can keep spinning it. This one, this one allows you to turn the rope pretty much in a regular way, just like that. Okay, so the reason why I mention it, because when it comes to, if you compare the rope, what we have for the regular tricks and what we have for the double unders, there is a good difference between the two. Okay, so for speed and double, you can use a shorter rope once you have the good technique. Okay, incontinence during double unders, it's a very interesting question. Incontinence, you need to pee when you jump. For the women, it's a hard question to answer. I think for this one you need to do a lot of extra exercises, which is not relatively jump rope. Is it advisable to use weights, or weights is the same rope? Okay, so let's start with the first one. So size for double unders depends on the technique and depends on what kind of rope you use. Okay, this is two important stuff. For me personally, my double under rope is coming up to my hip, my waist. Okay, when I step on the rope with 2 feet and keep it tight, and then it sounds like this. Okay, so if you are in the beginning of your double under journey, then you can use a little bit longer rope. Okay, I would recommend to start with the regular size up to your chest. Once you feel comfortable, then you can make it shorter and shorter and shorter. Okay, important. As your technique is improving, you still want your rope, even if your rope is shorter, you still want your rope to be able to touch the floor when doing double unders. So when you can show it with this one. When I change, maybe it's a little bit long for you, but so if you hear, her rope is still touching the floor. Okay, you will not see it because it's very, very fast, but with the shortened size, you have to pay attention to that your rope can touch the floor. Okay, it depends on your technique. Cool. Incontinence. It happened. Of course, I had people over 50, and it's a problem. And for them to do any jumps a little bit higher, what I recommend is to do a lot of. I'm not sure of the name of the English equivalent, but it's a special exercise for women to strengthen the muscles, and then it helps them to bear also the impact, and it doesn't result in incontinence. Okay, so to gain speed in the wrist, is it advisable to use weights or weights in the same rope? Me personally, I'm not using any. Okay, because for me, over the years of experience, I found that it destroys a little bit, not really destroying it, but it changes the technique, and they don't get the the preparation for the final technique that you will need when you have to use your double under rope at a competition. So what worked for me the best is to really practice with the rope, and even we have the beaded ropes as well. And in the beginning, I recommend it. It's a good stuff to work the endurance, but for the technique itself, you really want to work with your speed rope. Okay, so with the beaded rope, because it's a little bit heavier rope, it gives you still a good control. It's good to learn the first steps. Okay, but when you want to really improve when you want to improve endurance, it's okay. When you want to work on technique and speed, I always use the rope, this one, the speed rope, and I just work on proportions, like in a regular training methodology, like athletes prepare themselves for sprints. In a way, you start with a little bit longer distance, and then you continue to reduce. In the case of jump rope, we continue to reduce the time, because we compete with time frames. So you have 3 minutes or 30 seconds of double under, or triple unders is a different story, because it's a rather endurance discipline, as long as you don't make a mistake, or as long as you can do it. So for that one, again, the same principle goes, that you increase the time in the beginning. Instead of 30 seconds, you start with 2 minutes, let's say, and then you slowly come to the final goal. So you go for 30 seconds eventually. What about triple unders? I still cannot do it. Yeah, triple unders don't come from one day to the next. Okay, it's a long process. We go back first now to consecutive double unders, and then we go for the backwards double unders, and after that we talk about triple unders. Okay, so consecutive double unders. We come back again to the freestyle rope. Okay, and then it's the same principle again. If you have been able to perform once, then you're going to try to go for 2, and then slowly you increase the numbers. So you can start working with the foot. Okay, start adding the jumps, and you're going to do 2 higher jumps. Okay, ready, set, go. 1, 2, coming back. Ready, set, go. 1, 2. Okay, ready, set, go. Sorry, I didn't. One more time. Ready, set, go. 1, 2. A little bit more. Ready, set, go. 1, 2. Okay. Then you place it in the other hand. Same system. You start jumping. You start the other hand. Yes, I'm looking at it. So let's go for the jumps. You can imitate the turning already on the other side. Ready, set, go. 2 high jumps. Okay. Ready, set, go. 1, 2. Okay. Ready, set, go. 1, 2. Keep it up. Ready, set, go. 1, 2. A little bit more. Ready, set, go. Up, up. One more time. Up. I was twirling. Okay. So important to learn to increase the height of the jumps after each other. Okay. It also requires some strength training that you can do without the rope. You can start with a couple of squat jumps right after each other. Make sure you have enough strength to keep jumping up high. So once this is done, you're adding the arm work. First, we're going to try without jumping. So every 3 turns, you go 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, with a very little break in between. So ready, set, go. 1, 2, 1, 2. 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 Ready, set, go. Keep it up. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. You try with the other hand. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 1, 2. 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 Okay. So then you connect the 2. Same principles. Once you do 2, you can go for 3, 4, and so on. Okay. But to break the ice between 1 and 2, that's the first step. Okay. So let's try to connect with the jumping. Okay. So you start turning and jumping. Ready, set, go. 1, 2. 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 Ready, set, go. And 1, 2. Keep it up. One more time. Ready, set, go. 1, 2. Switching to the other hand. Okay, this is, make sure that you remember what we said in the beginning, that your rope is not going slanted sideways. Okay, it goes in a nice vertical line. Yes, so let's start jumping. Ready, set, go. 1, 2. 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 Ready, set, go. Keep it up. Ready, set, go. 1, 2. Ready, set, go. 1, 2. Ready, set, go. 1, 2. One more time. And hop. Okay, cool. Another good exercise for this one, even for the first one, you can do it without the jump rope. Many people use it. The tapping one as you're jumping, 2 taps, land. 1, 2, tap, tap, to feel the rhythm, okay? 1, 2, jump twice, okay? So you kind of clap the rhythm of the doubles on your lap or by your hand or whatever is more comfortable. Basically here, probably the best because your arms are not far from here and you don't have to move them in front of you. So you can practice this one as well. Tap twice, land. 1, 2, land. 1, 2, land. Okay? You're just gonna have some palm on your hands, on your arms. All right, so once this is done, then you can try to connect the 2 double unders to each other, okay? And then we move further. Let's go. So a little bit this way, same things. 1, 2, 3, double, double. 1, 2, 3, double, double. One more thing which we didn't mention in the beginning, because for the very first tries, it might be that you do one and then you're not going to be able to continue. This we're going to come back again after this exercise, okay? So let's get going. 1, 2, 3, double, double. 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 Keep going. 1, 2, 3, double, double. 1, 2, 3, double, double. 1, 2, 3, double. One more time. And go. Okay, cool. So we can have a look again. Maybe Kata will be doing and I can talk. So first of all, we want to look again the arms and then how we have a visitor. You have to come a little bit out of the picture, my friend. Now, hop. Let's go. So what we do is looking at the arms, okay? 1, 2, double, double. There is a slide pose, okay? 1, 2. All right, so now we've been doing it relatively fast. Now if the jumper is jumping a little bit higher, then you have a little time in a slow motion. 1, 2, okay? You can hear it, there is a slight pause between the 2 doubles. So it gives you the chance to land, okay? And prepare for the next jump, which is important to be prepared for. Okay, so one more thing which we have to mention, and it goes back to the beginning a little bit, is many people when you first get that double under, you cannot continue the jumping. It mostly happens with children, but I have seen it with adults as well. So what the aim is that after you did the double, you slow back down the rope and then you can continue. Maybe we can do a couple of examples. So once you did it, just do 1 or 2, it doesn't matter for me. Okay, so you have to get back to to be able to do that change between the slow and the fast turning. So you're jumping, okay? Very, very important. In the beginning, when you jump a little bit higher, just to aim for 1 double, your ultimate goal is to be able to jump afterwards, okay? So eventually, for us, the goal is that, let's say from a double under, you can face this way, Katie. From a double under, you can do a cross, okay? Or you can do another trick, let's say the toad, 1, 2, under the leg, or any other trick, okay? That's the for us competitive jump ropers, that's the ultimate goal, that we don't have to put in single jumps between. That's why it's important also to learn how to come back from the one double under in the beginning, so you are in control of the slow and fast movements. Okay, and eventually, if you learn this in the very beginning, it will help you to get right the little pose that you have between each and every double under when you are doing consecutive doubles. Okay, so are we good to continue? Everybody is okay? This one hurts so much. The double unders are very which number of successive doubles will be a good result? I mean, any. I am very happy with 2 if you have just started. It's there is no I believe that everybody has to compare the results to what point she or he is at the moment. For a competitive jump roper, we don't really calculate how many double unders we can do in a row, because it was a simple, it started to be a simple exercise eventually. For triple and quadruple under, yes, we're still counting because those are a little bit more challenging. But for the basic level, I would say whenever you started and from the first point that you got it, how far you have come, it's an individual number. It's not something, we are not doing any competition here, so you really have to compare the results with your starting point. Okay, I could say 600, but 600 is maybe very far for somebody who just started now. Yes, quadruple are possible, and also, as far as I know, currently the record is 7 turns in one jump. So it's a guy from Japan who is experimenting with these turns. You might find him on Instagram or Facebook. He is holding the Guinness record in this discipline, and he's able to turn the rope 7 times before he lands. Okay. For us, 4. We are at 4. The quadruple, close to 5, but 5 is difficult. So let's go further. Okay, how are we doing with our time? Good. So since it's a preparation class, we are going for the moment in the variations that you can use for helping your double unders. So what comes next is when you are able to do, let's say, 10 double unders in a row, your next challenge is to combine it with slow and fast turning. Okay, so let's say 5 you do, I try to play with the angle so we are visible. Let's say you try to do 5 fast double unders, then you try to do 5 slow, just like Kata have done in the beginning, just now when I started to talk again. So what you do is, like, you're gonna go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So you can do it with 2. You can do it with as many double unders as you are able to perform. It's a very good practice to be able to change the rhythm. Okay, so if you are able to do, let's say, 3 double unders, then you can do 1 fast, 1 slow, 1 fast, 1 slow. You can decide on your numbers, but make sure that you try to challenge yourself with a different level of speed for the double unders. Okay, so 5 was maybe too many because we were only doing 2 double unders until now consecutively. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna do 3 jumps, 2 fast doubles, 3 regular jumps, 2 high doubles. Okay? Did I say it properly? Sure. So you're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay? Okay. Ready? Set, go. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, up, high. 1, 2, 3, fast. 1, and 1, 2, 3, 2 doubles only. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 2 doubles. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, we almost got it right. So now she will do it again because I need to breathe. So what you do? 3 jumps, then you do 2 fast doubles. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Always 3 jumps in between. Yes. 1, 2, 3 high ones. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 2 fast. 1, 2, 3 high. Okay. So that's something that you can alternate. Once you are able to connect these, too slow, too fast, then you are at the next level. Okay, then we can go for that one now. Let's go. So now we're not gonna single jumps. Okay, we just go for the beginning 3 jumps. 1, 2, 3, double, 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 up, up. Okay, let's try. Ready? Let's go. 1, 2. I was wrong because I said 3.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna keep the 3. Let's go. So 1, 2, 3. Double, 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 double. One more time. Okay, so just an example to give you a little exercise, how you can change up the rhythm, how you can connect from the separated double unders to consecutive double unders. Okay, so backwards double unders. So once you have done 2, 3 double unders forwards, then you have the chance to try backwards. Before that, it's important to check your backwards single unders. Okay, so I will be talking a little bit. So when you're just jumping backward, you're shifting a little bit your hand behind your body. Okay, so your rope is touching the floor behind you before you jump. Okay, and as you have done for the regular double unders forwards, then same thing happens backwards. You really have to work that wrist to be able to pass the double backwards. Okay, it's a great exercise also to help you improve. It's a great exercise also to help you improve your forwards doubles, because if you are good with the opposite movement, it always has an effect on your regular direction. Okay, yes, everybody needs more practice. There's no problem about that. So what we need to go for next is a couple of double unders backwards, okay, with the same ways that you do 3 jumps, 1 double. Okay, 1, 2, 3, double, 1, 2, 3, double. You see the angle of Kata's hand is a little bit more on the side of the body and less in front of her. Okay, okay, cool. So for the backwards double unders, we're not going to spend that much time, because you can do the same exercises as you have done forwards. You just have to master it in a different direction apparently. So it's a question of practice. The next thing that we need to do is a double under to mix with a bit of footwork. Okay, it's a great exercise also to improve the changes of speed, your coordination, and your preparation for the little bit higher jumps. Okay, so first footwork is going to be just open close. You can do it also without the rope if it's new for you. Excellent. Your legs move forward and me backward. The reason is for that you need to speed up the work with the arms, okay? Because you try to delay the landing because the rope is not passing under you. So when you have enough time to land, because when you look at the jumps here, we're not jumping high, okay? We're leaving the floor, maybe even just a regular double under. We are not jumping high. We really want to be economic, and all the reason why we can be economic is the arm work, because the spinning is fast enough to give us time to land exactly at the same place where we took off. So the legs moving forward and me backward is the reason, because the hands need a little bit faster movement. Okay, so yes, let's go for the footwork part again. So if you are new, you're gonna just try open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close. Okay, first with you can do always the same steps. If it's difficult, you turn the rope on the side. Okay, add a little bit. 1, 2. Keep going with the open, close. 1, 2. Okay, same with the other hands. We're not gonna go through on everything, because then we're gonna be here until tomorrow. But it's important. It's important that you have some ideas on how to challenge yourself and what are the next exercises that you can include into the double unders. So the next part is adding footwork to it. Okay, so we come back and cut a little bit. So the first one is you do just an open close without double. and then a double. Open, close, double, open, close, double, open, close, double, open, close, double. So the open, close is in single. As soon as you close your leg, you are performing a double under. Helps you to learn timing excellently. Okay? I don't know if it exists this way, but it's an excellent way to learn timing and improve your coordination. Good. So this is done. That's the first step. Then you do open, close for the double. So this will mean 2 doubles. Okay? So one you are performing in single, the second in double. It's going to be a little bit slower move on the foot because you have to jump higher. Ready? Starting with open, close. So open, close, okay? Yes.
I do 2 doubles then.
Yes, to come back to the close. Okay? So you open, close, and then we continue again. Ready? Let's go. So open, close, 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 and I forgot. Okay. Good. Orthopedic insoles or plain soles, like for boxers. We can talk about the shoes again. How long does it take to learn consecutive double under? I would say it depends on how much time you practice. If you follow the instructions, I would say some people can get it on the first class, apparently, to do 2 of those. It really depends on how fast you master the work for the arms and the rhythm, basically, more or less, and how much you practice afterwards if it doesn't work out for the first training session. So could you repeat again, please, your suggestion about the proper shoes? Proper shoes, I prefer the ones that have a little bit more slightly high heel, not really, and then a little bit of cushion in the front. Currently, I have been using the same shoes from Nike. It's called Nike Flex Essential. I'm gonna ask my commission for this. Anyway, because it seemed to be a good shoe for jump rope, as for the moment. But I will continuously look for the new models because it's forever lasting questions. What are the best shoes? If you like the insoles, you can try, of course, to make it more comfortable. I am not having any insoles in my shoes. You don't?
Me neither.
You don't have? Okay. Sometimes when I start to feel the Achilles tendon a little bit, that it's overworked, then I usually put in a heel support in my shoes, and that's basically it for the extra help inside the shoes. Otherwise, we go with the regular setup. Okay, so let's go for 2 more footwork choices, and then we can answer more questions. Dangerous to jump on concrete. Last one before we do the footwork. It's not the best.
Yeah. Not very good for the legs. But sometimes if you cannot avoid it, if you don't have another surface, then we do it too. So, but it's the best. It's definitely, if you do it on a regular basis, it's really not very good for the knees and the legs in general, or for the whole body.
Yeah. Depends also on what you do, because if you do speed, it's a little bit less impact, although it's not very comfortable either.
Not very good for the rope either.
Yeah, if it's the speed rope,
will break very easily. On concrete.
No, I never use the speed rope on the concrete because I have no coat over it, so it's gonna kill it right away. That's it. The cable ropes, beaded ropes they can handle it from time to time, but definitely not the speed rope. Okay, so let's go. Footwork variations for double unders. Let's see the foot. Okay, so what we do next is gonna be a straddle. Okay, so you go straddle, straddle, close, double, double, close, double. No double, only one double this time. Okay, so what is important that you be able to do the straddle, shifting, like distributing the weight evenly between the 2 feet. So you go 1, 2, close, double, and you land in a straddle. Okay, and then we continue again with the single changes. Ready, set, go. Straddle, straddle, close, 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 straddle, straddle, close. Okay, only one double and only with the little area.
Okay.
Only with, sorry, I will tell the next one, but I need to stop because then I'm not sure they can hear us. Crossover double under, yes, we can. So for the footwork, once you can do one with the different landing, so you're landing in the straddle position, continue, straddle, continue, straddle, that's the landing. You can try to do consecutive double unders only with straddle. Okay, 2 jumps, let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. We can have a look from the side. Okay. Let's see. So you always land in the straddle position. Okay. A good challenge for people who already know consecutive doubles. All right. So this has been one good variation. Another question, if we can do a cross, crisscross double under cross in the skipping language. So double under cross. First, we can show, of course, the important is that you really know the cross well before you start doing double unders. Okay, so. Okay, so for this one, it has 3 different variations for crosses, if we really want to go in the cross. When the first, for the first part of the double, your arms are open and you are landing with the cross. What Kata has been showing as a start. So when you look at it, you go for the landing jump, you are crossing. Maybe just do one with a couple of single jumps so we see the difference, how you land. So the second part is the cross, first part is the open. After this one, the second one is the 2 crosses. So you really do the crosses, or you can combine it with double unders in between, maybe a little bit from the side, or you can just do crosses. What is very important before we start doing this is that you really use your wrist to spin that rope. So when you do regular cross without double, even you can check the hands, how much the wrist, how much they are working. Okay, and the last version of it is when you start with a cross and then the second part of the double is the opening. Okay, so many times I see in some tutorials, which is not always my pleasure to watch, that the shoulders for the double unders do this. You can see it many places. When you see tutorial like this, it's not the one you want to follow. Okay, when you see shoulders like this and the arm here turning the double under, this is not the technique we want to learn. Okay, important to notice that. So we can show an example for this one. So you really pull up your, this is not bad, this is really good, that it looks more you really need, first of all, you really need a long rope for this. Because if your arms are here, you're never going to touch the floor with the regular size of rope. Okay? So, so what you guys see is this, that the handles are almost at your chest, and you try to turn the double like this. Okay? Your elbows are locked in, your shoulders are in the front, your chest a little bit in the front. Then you try to compensate with the leg. This is a no. Okay? So, elbows extend as much as you can, shoulders down, and you're working with the wrist. Okay, so another question, what would we recommend to be able to jump a lot faster for double unders? This is a very good question, people.
The what?
Hogy mennyit javasolunk, hogy hogy gyorsabban tudjunk duplázni?
Practice. That's the best. Practice. Because eventually it will get faster. Once you get more comfortable with the technique, the speed will come along. And
yeah. For me, I think the best help was when we were preparing for this 56 hours skipping. And we had to do 12 minutes of speed every time on a high speed. So, which means that you do speed, okay? and you turn 12 minutes on a high speed. Okay, for me, this was a very good preparation for the double unders in general for endurance, technically as well. So eventually I could be faster. I had the right endurance, I had the right technique, and it increased the speed. Megválaszoltuk, Timi, vagy mondjuk magyarul? Jó, hát elmondom azért gyorsan magyarul is. Guys, I will just say it in Hungarian because the question was in Hungarian and eventually that's our native language. So it's maybe for some people it's easier. Nekem a legtöbbet azt segítette, amikor arra az 56 órás rekordra készültünk, és akkor ilyen 12 perceket volt, amikor 16 percet, sőt, volt, amikor többet is. Mert 12 perc volt eredetileg egy emberre a rekord, és akkor 12-16 20 perceket kellett folyamatosan gyorsaságizni felkészülésként, és ez talán rendes tempóba, és ezután tök sokat javult a gyorsasága a duplának, mert már volt egy elég jó állóképesség izomban is, meg technikában is. Okay? So, if you guys have no other questions, then for the double unders, I think it's a preparation class. We are not setting for the moment the highest records. We're just giving tips on how to. I will answer this one. Is just giving tips on how to improve technique, and then if you really want to go on a consecutive double under, then it's a lot more work, of course, to practice and to improve the endurance on it. Okay, your certification is online or you have schools. We do well. Currently, everything is online, so you can do your instructor training course online. If you visit the website of jumplusworld.com, we offer level 1 and level 2 course currently online, and once the situation with the virus is gone, then we will be planning to host courses again live. So it's a 2-day course that you can attend, and then you learn the most important principles on how to teach jump rope and how to lead classes also, both for children and adults. And some people come because they want to learn for themselves. Others really come with the intention to teach. Depends on your goals, but it's definitely something useful that you can use for yourself or for future to the students. Okay, so if we have answered all the questions and you guys have no more, then we thank you for your attention, and then we might have some more opportunities like this in the future. So keep an eye on our website or sign up for our newsletters, and then you will be notified whenever there is a good chance. Diego, gracias. Thank you very much. Okay, Alice, if you need more information, let us know and we can be in touch. Okay, so take care, guys.
Ciao.
Thanks for joining us and see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye. It was working the whole time?
I think yes. It's cool.